What is up, guys? Welcome back. This is LL, and today I'm gonna be doing a wallet review for a change. And actually, there's quite many people looking for new types of wallets ever since the drama that broke down with Ledger and Treasure, which we covered on a recent video. In case you haven't seen it, go definitely check that out. I'm gonna leave the link on the corner. Now, I'm gonna be also reviewing quite many different desktop wallets in the upcoming days and weeks. I also been contacted by a couple of different hardware wallet companies which want me to review their wallets, so those are also coming in. And the thing I really want to say that there is a lot of different options for whatever you want, multi-coin wallets or Bitcoin specific wallets, or you just want some hardware wallets. There are a lot of options out there, but today we're going to be talking about a pretty new player in the game called Artic. And I always am a pretty big sucker for anything that looks very clean and cool. The desktop version of their wallet is actually very neat. It looks very high quality and it's not laggy, anything. And we're going to be looking into that in a second. But first I want to kind of break down a couple of things. This is available on Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Android, and also on iOS. This review will be conducted obviously on Windows, and this is obviously Windows 11 that I'm using. And this is a multi-coin wallet. They have a couple of different coins, which we're going to be tackling later on in this video, which they currently support. There's an ability to basically also buy crypto with your credit cards. This is a very standard feature that exists on a lot of other wallets, which we have featured in the past, like Trust Wallet, Exodus, Atomic Wallet, etc. And there are some other interesting other features that they do have. There's analytics and things like that. So there's a very clean look into what is your portfolio valued right now, and seeing all your balances and charts and how much change has been going on for your portfolio. Because the thing is, you don't really have a one website where you could track your whole portfolio. Yeah, you have things like Zerion and DBank, but those are only for the EVM chains. Other people like me who have a lot of assets on, in many things, you have a really hard time to know how much actually you're currently holding right now. I don't know, because it's really hard to track, because you don't want to be putting these sums on some typing in, okay, I bought this at this point. It's a major chore once you have a lot of coins. So that's a good feature, and we're going to be looking into that more closer. And you also have the opportunity to exchange 200 different assets, instant exchange. So I don't know if that is not an atomic swap, that's for sure. So it's using some type of proxy underneath. It's also a feature that Exodus also has, and I believe Atomic as well. And there's real-time support. We're going to be trying that out live and see how that goes, because I haven't actually tried it. And you can also register domain names. These are not like ENS domains. These are short addresses or something like that, which will wire out these things. So you can have a unique identifier, basically, which you can easily remember. And you can tell this to your friend. I'm not sure, will this exist outside of the Artic wallets, or is this sending from a Artic wallet into another Artic wallet address? And here's a bit of update of things that are going on and etc. And on the About Company page, you can also view the team and their LinkedIn profiles. It seems to be Eastern European. By the looks of it, it doesn't say anywhere where the company is located, and that's something I did talk about to some extent on that Ledger Treasure video, because we don't want to have a situation where the European Union or somebody tells what the fuck us to do. So you don't want to be in a Nazi country where basically the government can just walk on over your toes and crack your wallet. So let's now open up the actual wallet here. I'm going to be showing you everything uncensored. I've been playing around with it, a day or two, and I've been liking what I'm seeing so far. So here is the desktop extension. There is an ability to make it larger. We're not going to be using the larger thing, and you can spread it out also if you want to, whatever you desire. Obviously, there's a seed phrase support here. Far as I know, there wasn't a 2FA thing. You also obviously have a password here, which we're going to be typing in, and this is an extra layer of security. And here is what the actual interface looks like. And as far as I know, there's not also like other themes here, but I do like this blue. There's a bit of a blurry side to it. It's just very clean. It's like top 3 what I've seen before, like alongside with Infinity Wallet and Exodus. In my opinion, Exodus has become very laggy for me on desktop, but whatever. That's besides the point. And here I did a test transaction before I started recording. And here I can like see, so I basically transferred Tron. So what I like about here already is that I can see the dollar valuation of, you know, what I received. Some wallets don't show that actually. And I can see the date. Here we have the transaction ID and also which address we got it from. So very clean interface. And information here, what exactly is going on. I don't know if this valuation is taken from the date that it was sent or the current valuation. I think that's also important. One thing that Exodus does really well, for example, is that it shows both, which is, for me, important. And then there's like an About tab, which kind of tells you about the coin, which is very useful for people who are kind of new to this stuff and don't know much about the coins. There is a swapping feature also here, which allows me to transfer assets between each other. There's obviously some minimums here, so there's net for free. Yeah, okay, so there's minimum here. And these are pretty much, you know, universal. I don't know what type of software they use, but I think the other wallets are using the same thing here. So not able to swap $5 to $5. You actually have to have some money, and then it's like going through proxy or something. Now, let's go back to the wallet page. So let's kind of look into what assets are being supported here. That's an important thing, very important thing. We have Tron, we have Algorand, we have Aptos. Now Aptos actually, a matter of fact, is not supported in many multi-coin wallets, as far as I know, as of right now. So that's a winner for me. And Sui is another one. And I think because they're the same technology, it probably means that kind of easy to probably integrate that in the future, but right now it's not supported. Then there is Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, we have Bitcoin obviously, Dash, Digibyte, Doge, Polkadot, Ethereum, Litecoin, Solana, Zcash, Terra, and this is the new Terra. This is not Terra Classic. Pretty sure it's not Terra Classic. Actually, it might be. I don't remember. If you're like Luna fan, let me know. Then we have the OKT token. Then there is Tezos, Ethereum Classic. And this one is also a big winner. Toncoin. Ton. This is by Telegram team, which is not technically by Telegram anymore. Like, I don't actually know what's going on with the SEC and shit like that. But and then there's like Everscale. I'm not sure like what's the deal with them. So this is another big winner because this is like, I don't like having, I mean, some people have seen my browser and I literally have like 15 extensions on it because there's just not simply one wallet that has all supported outside from the EVM stuff. So it's really nice that you have things like Ton here and, you know, Aptos, because those are not supported on many things. Oh yeah, and then there's Cardano. So a lot of really big chains supported here, which is good. Now, there is not on inbuilt staking. So that's not good because, well, most of these assets like Tezos, you want to stake it. You want to have those rewards. Now, what you can always do is you can get the private key and import that private key into a wallet extension. Like in case of Tezos, it would be Temple Wallet or something else. And I could just stake it there. Okay. So this would be just like kind of like my main portfolio where I could just like access my assets, and it might be like a more secure way to send the transactions. But yeah, there's not that possibility to stake these assets. I don't know if they're building those things in their roadmap or whatever, but obviously it's something that they should have. And then there's a button like this. We can basically squash these down. I like to have the text. Then there's the portfolio page. And we talked about earlier about the opportunity to basically buy the assets. That's what you can do. And then there's the exchange feature, which we also broke down earlier. And I like this. You know, obviously this would look more cooler if I just added like more of the assets here. And here I can like toggle in certain, this is like the full list of things that they currently support here. I think it's a very fair and a good list, good for a new beginner chain. So a lot of things are supported. If you're sending out a custom token inside, I'm not sure are those being supported, but so I don't know. I can't comment on that. I haven't tested out. Maybe I will test later and we'll let you know. But oh, there's eCash even. Okay, that's pretty big. So that is the newest Bitcoin Cash fork. Let's see if there's some other ones. Okay, there's Phantom. There's Neo also here. Okay, these I wouldn't recommend it when I was trying to use. Okay, IOTX. That's pretty big. That's not anywhere that I have used before. Maybe is it on Trust Wallet? We have Monero. Okay. We have Near. That's the new Neo. So Neo went through a new update, basically all staking and stuff like that. Let's see if there's some other ones we have missed out. Okay, Stellar is also here. Sui is also here. Okay, that's pretty good. So yeah, wow. Actually, I take that back. So this is actually a very, very strong list. And VeChain. And VeTHO is probably automatically supported as well, and then there's XRP. So really strong list of coins, guys, really strong, and tokens are also being supported here, so that's a good thing. Now we already went through the exchange and the buy and the sell. There's a notification tab. I guess these are for swaps and updates or something. I patched this wallet once. Now there seems to be some weird graphical bug on the background. It might be my computer, guys, it might be my computer, so it may not be related to their actual thing. It's my side. And Euro, Pound Sterling, and United States dollar, Visa, MasterCards. So if you're from Asia, not necessarily a great thing. Then there's an address book where you can basically add in wallets, which is nice. History tab shows us everything that has been done on the wallet. And then we have the settings tab. Here is the newest update. So what I didn't like about the update is that I had to do the normal X file installation thing again, which is, I guess, okay, might be more secure way to install, I understand. But I kind of like it when it's just able to auto update itself by just click a button. It's a very minuscule thing, guys. There's an auto lock feature. So in case you're leaving out the computer, you don't want your wife moving your funds. Very neat feature. And then there's the password, which we showed in the beginning. And the client is in English only, apparently, but the website was in Spanish and Portuguese. And then there is the support tab. There's a Telegram. There's the release notes. Okay, let's see the live chat. FAQ on the website. We actually could look at this. So one of the things we obviously are wondering, is it open source? Are the updates open source? We don't use personal data, okay, but are we trusting you? They take a small cut from the exchange fees, and that's basically very industry standard. Everybody does that, just FYI. Okay, so actually, that's a very important thing when you are using certain coins. You want to be able to adjust the network fee. So if you have a feature like that, that's pretty good. So the assumption here is that it's not open source. So that's obviously a deal breaker for some people. But then again, I think I would argue, this is not like me, I'm not getting paid for doing this, but usually these desktop wallets and extensions are not open source, not at least fully. Because The hardware wallets can be open source because they already have the companies like doing their like devices, you know, so they can afford to do this open source. Like that's why Treasure or Secux or Keystone, they are allowed to basically do that because they already have the manufacturing deal with somebody. You can't just come in and start like producing your own wallets using the same tech. You can, but it's not as easy, you know. It's not as easy to do that. So that's why like desktop wallets, like this is like the whole business model to basically get people like exchanging. That's probably where they get their money, and obviously like getting money from the coins to basically get listed on these wallets. Like they build the tech so the coin is being supported on their wallet. That's probably their most, you know, revenue sources that they have ultimately. Some of these obviously release their own tokens and things like that, but fundamentally like, yeah, like open source is not really that big of a meta with these multi-coin wallets especially, and I understand why. But yeah, maybe I could go into dropping them an email and ask them about like, well, is there anything open source about the code, like the firmware updates and things like that, or is there GitHub that we could look at that some information would be partially at least open. But that's pretty much my review of the Artic wallet. I would say that it has not really those it has a very good selection of coins, but it kind of, and obviously you have neat features like adjusting your fees, very good, but it doesn't have any of these staking functionalities, which is something that is kind of expected right now. Obviously it's not as easy to make and do, but it's something that, well, if you're going to be delving with any type of proof of stake coin, usually you want to stake it and get the dividends out of that. So that's something that they probably should be adding out in the future. But I think it's a very solid multi-coin wallet, obviously. That's kind of my take on it. It has certain coins which are not supported on these some other wallets that I'm currently using, so it does have a bit of an edge over them. And also, it seems very lightweight and non-laggy, and I like that about it. It's a very clean interface, and you know, it doesn't make your computer crash. But I'm not gonna blab any longer. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe for other wallet reviews on the channel, and I will be seeing you next time. Cheers.